y'all, I'm coming to y'all from my kitchen trying something out. So I've made body butters, lotion bars, sugar scrubs, lip balms, lip glosses. I have a bunch of videos about all of that stuff, you know. But I haven't actually tried making soap yet. So I did a thing. I went on Amazon and I got some oatmeal soap base. So I'm gonna test out making that today. So what I'm doing is, this is a melt and pour soap. So I have my Pyrex and I'm gonna use one of these little bars and cut it up and then add in some sweet almond oil, some fragrance oil, and some mica powder. But the almond oil and the fragrance oil and the mica powder will be after I melt down like the bar of soap, and we'll go from there. So I'll be back shortly. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm done cutting it into cubes. I just used a paper towel or whatnot to cut it. I already disinfected my station and stuff like that. I do that all the time. But I'm just doing a small batch, so I just use paper towels. So next, I'm going to put this in the Pyrex. But before I do that, I'm actually going to weigh it out just so I know how much I have and to make note of it. So I changed my mind. I'm going to add the almond oil in. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm back. So this is what it looks like after 40 seconds. I had already added the sweet almond oil in. So this is what it's looking like. I'm going to put it on and then I'll come back when it's fully melted. Just so you can see. It smells really good. It like the oat milk soap has a really pretty scent, but it's not one that'll interrupt like or interfere or like overpower if you're trying to add another scent to it. But if you just left it plain, it would be perfectly fine. But anyway, I'll be back. So I melted it. It's melted fully. I did 30 seconds. Like I followed the instructions pretty much. I did the 30 seconds first, and then I did it for like 12 seconds, and then I just finished out the other 30 seconds. So it took about a minute in total to melt. I'm only making like a really small batch, so if you're making a bigger batch, it's probably gonna take longer. But again, this is just me experimenting and testing out making some soap. So now I'm going to add in the fragrance and the mica powder, and I'm using my Holy Grail pink sugar. I have body butters, lotion bars, and a sugar scrub all in this scent. They're on my website, but I know that this is like a really good oil or whatnot. Their brand is really good, but let's see. Alrighty, the fragrance oil is added in. It's already starting to thicken up kind of quick, which I can like remelt it if necessary. But this is what this looks like. It's really pretty. It smells really good. I added the pink sugar in already. The scent. I'd tell you guys how much it is, but again, because this is an experimental recipe, I prefer like to just practice it and figure it out and whatnot. But I'm recording it to share my little trials and tribulations. But I'm gonna add in the mica powder, and I'm gonna color this the same way that I color the rest of my pink sugar soaps. But what I might do is pour some of it into the mold. Hang on. So what I'm gonna do is I want to make it like two colored, so I'm gonna add a little bit of it in the mold first, and then the rest I'm gonna add the pink sugar into. I did go back and re-warm it up some because it was starting to get thick pretty quick. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and this is like half the mold. It's less than half of the mix that I have though, so we'll see. But so far this is what it's looking like. This here, and like I said, I'll be back. For my color, I'm using a mix of peach pink, fantasy purple, and bright red. I'm only using a very, very little bit of each of these because that's white. It'll pick up on the color like really nicely. And then mica powder colors a lot. That's what these are. These are mica powders. So, and the color like comes out really well with these. This is the peach pink. So I'm using like less than 1/4 of a teaspoon. This is like half of this. So I want to say this is like 0.6 milliliters, somewhere around there, if that. And I'm just dropping that in, and then I'm going to give that a nice stir so that it don't solidify too quickly on me. Okay, I went ahead and added in the bright red and the fantasy purple off camera just because I'm right-handed and trying to hold the camera and scoop and mix and do all of that other stuff is a little bit hard. So let's see. I'm just continue mixing until I get the color and make sure I get all the mica powders off the sides and stuff. And okay, before I put in the next layer, I don't know if you guys can see the bubbles. Let me zoom in a little bit. But if you can see that there's bubbles in that, so what you can do, and what I've seen people do in the like videos that I've watched, is just spray a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on it, which that's what I have in here. So I'm just gonna spray the bubbles a little bit, and then I'll do it at the end again too. Okay, I had to switch to my phone camera just because my camera battery died, but let's see, I'm about to pour the pink. Okay, now pouring in the pink color. Oh, I'm not gonna like fill it all the way up, but this is what it looks like. Oh, that's pretty. It looks like strawberry milk. And then I know I have to spray the thing, but I was able to get close to 2 bars out of what I made. And I'll come back after it's all settled and cooled and like weigh them to see how much, you know, I got from that particular recipe. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. So I ended off here with these. I just added this, and this is just a little excess from a different batch that I made. I just threw it in here, but I didn't record. Well, I recorded a short, but I had made some pumpkin spice, and I just swirled some white with the like orangey brownish color, and then I put the excess, or the rest of it, in here. And then, so it's been about 40 minutes or so, I want to say. So let's demold this and see what it's hitting for. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to take it and use it under the sink. So with the second batch, I added the oil in after I melted the melt and pour soap, or the melt and pour base. With this one, I added it in before I melted it. So, and then I added both the mica powders and the fragrance oil I added in after. But let's see. I'm gonna go wash my hands with it.